In the south, there was a man named Mao Zhang, recognized for his filial piety. He told a story about his fellow townsman, Sun Wang, who encountered a peculiar case while serving as an official in De County. The story goes like this: a villager was arranging a marriage for his son. When the bride arrived, the whole village came to celebrate. The festivities continued into the night. At some point, the groom stepped out of their room and saw the bride, dressed in dazzling attire, walking towards the back of the house. Suspicious, he followed her to see what was happening. Behind the house, there was a long stream crossed by a small bridge. He saw her cross the bridge and continue walking. Growing more suspicious, he called out to her. She didn't respond, only gesturing from afar. The groom hurried after her, but though he was only a few feet away, he couldn't catch up. After walking several miles into another village, the bride stopped and said, "Your home is lonely, and I'm not used to it. Please, dear, stay at my house for a few days, and then we can return together to visit your parents." With that, she knocked on the door with a hairpin, and it swung open. A maid welcomed them. The bride entered first, and the groom reluctantly followed. Inside, her parents were waiting and explained, "Our daughter has been pampered since childhood and never left us. Being away from home unsettles her. Now that you're both here, we're reassured. Stay for a few days, and then we'll send you both back." Back at the groom's home, when he didn't return for a long time, the guests started searching. In the bridal room, only the bride waited. The groom was nowhere to be found. The family searched everywhere without any news. The groom's parents were devastated, fearing the worst. After 6 months, fearing that their daughter might become a widow, the bride's parents proposed finding a new match for her. The groom's parents were heartbroken, arguing, "We haven't even found his body or clothes. How can we be sure he's dead? Even if he is, waiting a year to remarry isn't too late. Why rush?" Upset, the bride's father filed a complaint with the authorities. Sun Wang took on the case, finding it very strange, but with no leads, he provisionally ordered the bride's family to wait 3 years before taking any action. The case was filed, and everyone returned home. Meanwhile, the groom was living with the bride's family, who treated him well. He often discussed returning home with his wife, who agreed but always delayed their departure. After living there for more than half a year, the groom grew anxious. He considered going home alone, but his wife strongly opposed it. One day, sensing great danger looming, the bride's parents hurriedly told him, "We plan to send you both home in a few days, but we're unprepared and have run into trouble. We must send you back alone for now." After hurriedly escorting him out, they rushed back inside. Outside, the groom turned to find his way, but looking back, the house and courtyard had vanished, replaced by a large tomb. Terrified, he hurried home. Upon arriving, he recounted his ordeal and reported the situation to Sun Wang. Sun Wang then summoned the bride's father, ordering him to return his daughter to her marital home, so the two can start the marriage again.